welcome to another episode of the Starter Girls podcast with your host, Jennifer Loading.
And Brianna Drellis. And we are the Starter Girls.
I love that. It's so awesome. We're extraordinary decisions, produce extraordinary results. These are our friends, these are your friends, and they are living extraordinary. This episode is brought to you by Walt Mills, photographer of Glad Models Agency. If you are here in the Dallas or surrounding area and looking for some photography work, check out Walt Mills. You can learn more about him and his work at photosbywalt.com. All right, we ready to get this thing started?
Let's go.
All right, today's a great day to be brave. You might as well start now. You have the power to change your circumstances any day you decide. Let today be that day. Rise up, be amazing, be you, do you. All right, I am super excited to welcome our guest onto the show today. We're going to have so much fun. CarolAnn Carrington, get this. She's an immigrant from the beautiful island of Barbados. Never been there. I'm just excited to chat with her today. Her background is in accounting, and she has worked in various industries, including investment, entertainment, and healthcare. During a transitional period in her corporate life, CarolAnn pursued her MS in criminal justice to supplement her accountant degree and expand her knowledge in fraud. I want to know about this. In 2018, she came up with her food product and decided to go to culinary school. She is the creator and the founder of KickerFeast. And so I wanted to leave it right at that, CarolAnn, because I wanted you to talk about your product and tell us about this. So I didn't want to spill anymore because I want to hear from you. So I want to open this up. I want you to tell us, and our audience is going to be able to see that background. You see that amazing background back there? I want you to tell us what this product is that you have created.
Hi, Brianna, and hi, Jennifer, and thanks for having me on your show. I appreciate it totally.
We are excited to have you.
What is KickerFeast? KickerFeast is a pancake and waffle mix. And the unique thing about it is that it comes in colors, which is enhanced by the natural flavors of fruit or vegetables. So we have 4 flavors. We have the blueberry, we have the carrot, the beet, and the pumpkin. And once you add the water to it, it reflects the color of the fruit or the vegetable. And that is
awesome.
KickerFeast in a nutshell.
This is so
That is
awesome.
so fun.
So you have like blue pancakes, and then you've got like these beet red pancakes. I'm so excited. This is like fun food.
Yeah. So is it because you were wanting to create something fun for your children, or what exactly was the inspiration behind these multiple colors?
On the contrary.
Okay.
I was trying to get my son to drink some carrot juice. I had just made some freshly made carrot juice, and I wanted him to drink carrot juice, and he politely declined, but he requested pancakes. And quite coincidentally, a light bulb went off in my head, and I decided to blend some of the carrot juice into the pancake mix. And he ate those carrot pancakes without a clue. So I was like, why don't we have pancake mixes in colors or flavors? Because all my life, pancake has had one color, the basic color. You want blueberry? You throw fresh blueberry on it. You want anything else? You throw it on. But why not have the flavor of the fruit and the vegetable enhanced with the taste, and the color? So I decided to pursue that route. And quite coincidentally, I'm a accidental entrepreneur, because at that time I was just let go from my corporate job. So this was quite coincidental that this idea came to me, and I decided to pursue it in 2018 by enrolling in culinary school for night classes. So I had a dilemma because I started it with the organic intention. And I went to one of my culinary chefs, and he thought it was a good idea. But I could not understand how to mass produce the carrot mixes with the juices. And that's when he said, no, you have to do it with powder form. And that began my research.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I love it.
That's
Well,
amazing.
this is why I wanted her to tell her story because I knew she had shared it with me. And I'm like, I want to hear this from her because I think our audience would want to know. And I love that she said accidental entrepreneur, which is like the best because you created something, which I think is so awesome. You created something and then you followed that passion. I think that's what's so awesome about this. It wasn't like you have this idea, like you're like, I want to be an entrepreneur. What am I going to do to be an entrepreneur,
Sure.
right? You know, some of us, I joke about this all the time because like I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years and for like 17, 18 years, I thought I was doing what I wanted to do because I liked the idea of being an entrepreneur. And I just really don't know that I did. I mean, I had success, but I really had struggled keeping it there because I just wasn't really enjoying what I'm doing. And when I kind of flipped and went with a passion, it's almost like then you start chasing success and not like this goal. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
I think you said something really good there and powerful. I like that.
I always tell people I'm an accidental entrepreneur as well. So when you said that, I was like, I've never heard anyone else say that. And I love that because I literally, and anytime I'm talking to someone, I tell them I'm an accidental entrepreneur. Yeah. Because I left a corporate job having no idea that basically wheels were in motion. And that's exactly what it was for you was, you know, you didn't realize it, but thoughts, inspirations, all of these things were coming to you, and coincidence or not, you know, it was it's part of your story. It's part of your journey. So it's good on you though for having the bravery to get the education you needed to step up, to take the night classes. Like you took the action to set that in motion for yourself and to just pursue it. So way to go. It's amazing.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, I always wanted to be in culinary. I always wanted to have like not a restaurant, but a breakfast and lunch bar. So food has always appealed to me. And this the timing of it was right. I mean, I had to use my savings. So I didn't have any funding. So it was my savings that I used to start the whole entire process. And as I previously stated, I started with the intentions of bringing an organic product to market. And my culinary chef, he was really good. He was like, well, Carol Ann, this is what you do. So he told me first, go and research your competitors, look at all the ingredients and see what they have in theirs. And then call up, connect to some suppliers and see if you can get some free samples. Well, not all suppliers offer free samples, so some of them you have to pay for. But I was able to start it with organic intentions, but then at a certain point, I needed some more an organic ingredient, and the supplier was unable to give me more because the first batch I had received was because of an overage.
Mm.
And if I needed more, I would have to purchase like 7,500 pounds. And as a small business entrepreneur, there's no way I could have afforded that. So at that point, I had to switch from organic to just regular production. So that was another step. So then I just started. I knew how to make a basic pancake, but adding the powder mixes of the fruit and vegetable took a lot more trial and error. Then I have to send it to friends and family who are really good at critiquing everything because you want honest opinions. I also let my culinary chef and some of my classmates at culinary school sample the product. So it was a whole entire process. And as I say, it takes is money. You know, you need to have savings to at least go down that route.
Yeah, this is so good. So good. So many good points there, Carol Ann. So where do people find this product? Are you on the store? Are you online? Where are people finding this?
I am online. You can go to www.kickerfeast.com. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also have a YouTube channel with just a few posting. But if you go on Instagram, you will see the creativity of our customers. I mean, because their color, it widens your imagination. So it
Yeah.
is really interesting because we're trying to get our target market to include not only healthy eating, but children. That was the thing, to get children involved in eating foods that they may not primarily like, but because of the color, it might engage them.
Right, right. No, I think it sounds fun. I want some right now.
Yeah.
I love pancakes. I eat pancakes almost every day. I do eat healthy ones. I eat low carb ones, but I love pancakes. I could eat them every day with bacon and eggs. Like I could eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like I'm excited. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna need to like order some of these pancakes. I want some of the blue ones, specifically the blueberry ones. So good, so good. So CarolAnn, you've had like, I mean, going from, like accounting background and then doing this criminal justice and then going into entrepreneur. I want to ask kind of a question, I guess maybe how your previous careers helped influence you as an entrepreneur, because certainly you've got these other things that, these successes in these other areas, and how did they impacted yourself as being an entrepreneur?
Well, accounting helped me to budget. So being aware of, cost recipes and costing of a recipe, that also was enhanced in culinary school. You have to
Sure.
understand your product costs. And you have, for example, when I first started, I started the mixture with vanilla powder, and true vanilla powder is extremely expensive.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
I did the costing of it, there's no way that I could have passed that cost to my consumers. So I had to take out the vanilla powder because I was thinking more of making like a homemade pancake and not for mass production. But the flavor is still there.
Right.
But yes, accounting has really helped me in budgeting, in forecasting, analyzing, and trying to understand the trends and fluctuations, and the risks involved, and analyzing every aspect of money making.
Yeah. Definitely. So good. I studied accounting too. That's why I wanted to ask you that. See, I wanted to see what your answer was. That's so good.
Yeah,
So many
accounting.
people come on here have done accounting, and it's so interesting to me that even a lot of creators, will have studied accounting and then they go into a completely different field altogether.
Absolutely. It's really incredible. And then the study with the MS in criminal justice. Tell us about that?
Oh yeah. Well, oops, sorry.
It's all right. It's all good.
I'm doing.
We have
Oh
a
my
light
God.
show going
Yeah.
on. Some entertainment.
So criminal justice, that was a part of my transition in accounting. I was I found white, what would I say? I was white collar crime
Mm,
appealing. So during one of my transitions, I decided to pursue criminal justice. And fraud was another part of accounting that I really enjoy. The research of finding errors, whether they're intentional or misstatements. So that also enhanced my accounting background.
Wow.
very good.
So interesting.
Smart lady you are. I love it. I
Absolutely.
love it.
So, CarolAnn, I have a quick question for you. One of the things that is important to us at Starter Girls is highlighting how, everyday people such as you and us, we make extraordinary decisions that really change the trajectory of our lives and our careers, and it's based on a choice, our choice to make an extraordinary decision, and then it leads to leading an extraordinary life. And I would definitely say that you are leading an extraordinary life. But can you think of one decision? I think you've highlighted a couple just in today's podcast, but can you sort of think of one decision that you made that really made an impact and brought you to where you are today?
Well, I think to really take the initiative to pursue this product really impacted my life because I had to come out of my comfort zone. So to create KickerFeast was nothing. I mean, there's being in corporate America and having a paycheck bi-weekly or weekly or monthly, you get so accustomed to having that financial security, and then to be making your own decisions and investing your own money and wondering, as a single parent, am I doing the right thing? What does the future hold? So it is definitely a challenge, and you have to step out of your comfort zone if you really want to pursue, your a goal or something that has presented itself to you, that you have the capability, but you're a little hesitant.
Yeah, so good. I would agree with you on that too, because yes, and anytime you want to go after anything, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone to get this. So, but I think you said something so interesting about the whole, being in corporate and having that security. And it's so funny because I've been an entrepreneur for so long that I no longer even look at that as security, because I always think of, not that there's anything wrong with working for an employer, but at any day, you're always in that place where you could be let go. You're always in a position where somebody could say, today's your final day at my company.
Thank you for your work and for your time.
So, CarolAnn, I think you're doing a great thing, and you made the right decision. So I love it.
Way to go. And I also, just the fact you highlighted right there at the end that you're also a single mom, so that guilt as a mother, you're thinking, am I putting our family at risk? Am I being a good mom? Am I going to be able to provide? And that's scary. And so even through that fear, you were able to press forward and get through that. That's awesome.
It is. I want to ask one more question before we do the rapid fire. CarolAnn, I want you to define, and you've said so many great things here, and I think you've kind of said this in a lot of ways, but I want you to sum this up. How do you define success? What does that look like to you?
I think success is just being able to accomplish a task. And it transitions throughout your life. I mean, from a young kid being able to tie his shoe, or from passing an exam, you know, being successful in getting into the college you want, there's so many levels of success. So I would never even just try to put it into one bucket, because I think it really depends on the individual and what they want to accomplish. And whatever that you want to accomplish and you reach it, you're successful, you know. So that's how I look at success.
Yeah. It's definitely in our eyes, right? It's definitely how we view it, for sure. It can't be somebody else's definition. That's why I love asking this question, because it's different for a lot of people. And it's fun to just really hear how somebody perceives that. But it'll change. Like the more you put yourself out there, I think it changes because you change, you evolve, and then your definition of that changes. So I laugh because, what I used to think would have been success would have been like checking that goal off, and now my definition of success is having harmony. It's about peace in my life and being able to do what I want to do in life, and having those successes. I like those too.
Like the mini celebrations. I do love that. Yeah. That's great.
So good, CarolAnn.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So we got to do a few fun questions here because we always love to do these. This is my favorite part of the podcast almost. Because now we get to see how you answer this, CarolAnn. All right. So fun question number 1. Are you a morning or a night person?
It depends on my mood. I'm quite flexible.
That's good. I like it. So when are you making your pancakes? When you come up with your ideas? Do they happen at nighttime or in the morning?
I wake up 3:00 in the morning and I am making a concoction of pancakes or something. But then sometimes I stay up till 2:00 in the morning. So, it just goes on, what I'm feeling at that time. Or if an idea come, I may just get right out of bed or not go to bed.
I love her personality.
That's awesome. Yeah. I just won't go to bed tonight.
Yeah. We're just going to make some pancakes tonight. I love it. I'm like, okay, it's past my bedtime now. I got to get up in the morning early.
It's 9 p.m. It's 9 p.m. It is time for bed.
We're the morning people. We're like up early. Like we know who in our circle that we can message very early in the morning and whom not to message early. So, but you might be able to get CarolAnn at any time because she's like workable. Like she's
awesome.
good.
She's flexible.
That's right. That's right.
And having a son too, you have to take the time when you can.
That's right.
So making KickerFeast pancakes at any time, you grab it.
I agree. I love it. I love it. I agree. I have a son, so I can totally understand where you're coming from on that one. So, all right, CarolAnn, are you a dog or a cat person?
Oh, I'm both, but right now I have to give it to the dog because we have a cockapoo.
She has one. Yes, she has a dog. I have CarolAnn, I have both. So like if you had to ask me that question, I'd be like, I have a zoo at my house, so I have everything. You got a dog too,
I
right?
have two dogs.
She has two dogs
yes.
too.
A
See?
big one and a little one. We have a little COVID rescue, like
I think
COVID puppy.
So many of us have COVID puppies.
I know. COVID rescue. Little.
So good.
It's cute.
All right, CarolAnn, besides your pancakes, what's your other favorite food?
Oh, well, I'm from the Caribbean, so Barbados, so I love spices.
Mm.
So anything, I love Indian food. My great grandmother was Indian. So besides Caribbean food, anything with spice, anything
Yeah.
with flavor. I must have the spices and the flavor. So I cannot identify one food. I will try most things once it's very flavorful.
She's an equal opportunity food lover as long as it has spices. We're good.
The flavor. She
Yes.
Yes.
she loves her
Yes.
flavor.
That's so good. I love it. I love it. I love the fact that she's open to trying anything. I think that's so good
Yeah.
because so many of us are like, I'm not going to eat that. I do that. I'm a texture person, so for me, it's always about texture. It's like that just looks funny. I don't know. We're not going there. That's so good. All right. I guess last fun question I want to ask you, CarolAnn, if you could be any superhero or character for a day, what would you pick?
Hmm. I have to transform. I like to be a transformer.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Do you have anyone in
Yeah.
particular or just be one just be I love Transformer. I think this is so good. Nobody has ever said
I know,
Transformer.
that's really cool.
That is like so good.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
bumblebee.
That's what I'm thinking, like
Or
Bumblebee.
The truck.
Yeah.
I have a
You have to transform in anything. Flexibility is important. Maybe one day I want to be the truck to transport my pancakes, and another day I want to be
so
a
good.
tester or something. So it's nice to transform.
Yeah.
It adds a lot of unusual perspectives.
This is why these
It's the
questions
wow
are,
factor.
yeah. This is so good. This is why these questions are so much fun. You find out some fun stuff about people with
Yeah.
these questions.
Absolutely.
It's so funny. So I have a Camaro. My son asked me the other day, he's like, if you could have had a yellow Camaro, would you have gotten it? And I said, yeah. And he's like, well, you could be like Bumblebee and Transformer. And I'm like, yeah, Bumblebee's pretty cool. I'd like to be a Transformer. I think that's pretty cool. That's a good answer. That's like one of our best ones so far. I've not heard that one. I love it. So, and I know you mentioned this earlier, but I want you to say it one more time, CarolAnn. If our listeners wanted to come check out what you've got going on, KickerFeast, where do you want us to send them?
Yes, please come to www.kickerfeast.com. You can see a variety of products to choose from. You can follow us on Instagram, where you can get ideas of what to make and how to make them. Facebook, Twitter. I'm also on LinkedIn and YouTube.
Awesome. We'll be
So
sure.
you can just follow us.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say, when we get this out, we'll be sure that we get all your contact information and tag you so that it can get to the right people and they can see this. This has been so good.
Yeah, thank you for joining us today. It's been a real pleasure, and congratulations on KickerFeast and all of your success.
So awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Thank
well,
you, Jennifer, and thank you, Brianna.
yeah, it's been awesome. All right. Well, I do want to say to our listeners, of course, if you enjoy our podcast, please be sure you give us a rating both on iTunes, check us out on iHeart, Amazon, and hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. We can't do this without you, obviously. And with that, I want to leave you guys with a couple final thoughts. I always have to sort my notes. I need to figure out how to multitask the papers here. Be like as if I don't have it memorized yet, right? All right. I learned that we can do anything, but we can't do everything, at least not at the same time. So think of your priorities, not in terms of what activities you do, but when you do them. Timing is everything. I think she kind of touched upon that today about the timing.
That's
and
right.
that is by Dan Millman. All right, and the last final thought. In order to have success, you must start And that start begins with a decision. You guys take care, be safe, and be kind to one another. We'll see you next time.